Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. This is my channel, Novel Sarah-ndipity. This is going to be my new filming setup because I'm going to be half part book reader, like booktuber-ish, but I am transitioning into like life slash studio vlogs where I talk about my small business. I do make bookmarks. My website will be down below if you're interested. But today is a book video, and I have so many books that I am so excited to get to. Maybe they're new, maybe they've been sitting on my bookshelves for God knows how long. But I have them and I want to get to them by the end of the year. So basically, these are my TBR 5-star predictions. So they might not even be new. I think most of them are, but I am so excited. I've been in a fantasy romance and a dark romance like mood lately, so some of these follow that. But anyways, let's get started. These are in no order whatsoever. The first one is The Blood That Binds Us by Erin Maynard. It follows a girl, Ren, who has never stolen a life, but that doesn't stop her from believing her darkness makes her a walking nightmare. How harboring a power so lethal, unpredictable, and entirely forbidden by kingdom law. Ren spent her whole life hiding what she is, who she is, a blood witch. And then there is some guy. Who is he? That is the question. A reluctance, deal is made, star-crossed relationship lover kind of thing. I love when the main character has to hide their like power or strength or whatever it is and then like comes into it. Like it's just, I love it. So here's this one. I also really like the cover. Next is A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden. I've actually seen a lot of this, well, not so much lately, but a couple months ago, quite a bit. It's an epic fantasy romance trilogy. It's the first book. Captured by the King of Darkness, she was forced to find the light within. So Arwen, not even gonna try to pronounce that last name, never expected to be the brave one, offering her life to save her brothers. Now she's been taken prisoner by the most dangerous kingdom on the continent and made to use her rare magical abilities to heal the soldiers of the vicious Onyx King. She has to work with a fellow prisoner, and apparently he's infuriating and cunning and seems to take a twisted pleasure in playing on Arwen's deepest fears. So I can't tell if she's probably going to, I mean, it's fantasy romance. Is she going to fall in love with a fellow prisoner or the Onyx King? That is the question. I'll have to find out. Another one is one I've been putting off for quite some time. It's also by one of my auto-buy authors, and that is Defender of Walls by Tanya Bird. So I love her companion series. I think on my channel, no time recently, but if you've been around, I have mentioned Tanya Bird and her companion series from like quite a bit ago. Keep her inside, keep her alive. Blake has a stomach full of grief and no food. A decade of famine has taken its toll on the splintered kingdom, but it is the merchants who suffer most. A wall stands between hungry and the food, and the kingdom's defenders stand guard atop it. Desperate times lead to desperate acts, and Blake will do whatever is necessary to ensure her family survives. But a growing attachment to a certain commander was never part of the plan. Now the man protecting the walls seem to be determined to guard her too. So no magic. Her companion series doesn't either, but it's more like medieval romances, so this does follow like the same trend as her other one. So really excited to get to this. I love how I tell you that after every single book. That, yeah. Anyways, this one I've been seeing quite a bit as well, and that is Exquisite Ruin by Adrienne May. If I'm not mistaken, a girl wakes up in some sort of maze. Labyrinth, yeah, some sort of maze. Her memory is gone, and apparently the only thing she does know or remember about herself is that she's a powerful sorceress of some kind. And then I think she's in the maze, labyrinth, whatever you want to call it, with some sort of like dark being. Her only, what does it say? Her only companion is a hostile immortal named Desra, beautiful, gorgeous, and demonic, who bound his divine soul for power and revenge. I'm here for it. Then we have The Deer and the Dragon by Piper CJ, and this follows a girl who's like, I think maybe the females before her, like her mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, so on and so forth, can see angels and demons, or angels and devils, one of the two, and she's been seeing them like all her life. She thinks she's a little, like literally like insane, like she thinks she's losing her mind, and there is a being that she's seen all of her life, and she thinks it's just that, like visions or dreams or just, you know, something that's not quite real until it becomes real. So yeah, there's something else about this book that I'm just not remembering. So the haunting entity who's been with her her entire life happens to be the Prince of Hell. And she doesn't know until a fae from a Nordic pantheon strolls into her life and informs her that she's been sharing the bed of the Prince of Hell. A prince who's gone missing. Before she knows it, Marlowe is deeply entangled in a centuries-old war. Can't wait. And I think this one is rather dark. So as I think the other two as well. Not sure about the other two, but probably. Probably. And then we have another auto by author, and that is Blood and Moonlight by Sarah-ndipity. I love her Trader's Kiss trilogy. It's like one of my favorite trilogies, like no to man. Rising above the city of Kalis is the Holly Sanctum, and watching over its many spires is Katrin, an orphan girl whose unique skills serve the Sanctum's master architect. For she alone can spot the building's flaws in construction before they turn deadly. But when Katrin witnesses a murderer escaping the scene of a crime, she's pulled into a dangerous chain of events where the only certainty is that the killer will strike again. So she has like these astonishing abilities to like look at a building and be like, that is gonna kill someone. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how magical it gets. One of the reviews is dark thrills for fans of psychology, magic, and murder. So I'm reading another one that's like a darker gothic-esque kind of book, and I'm really enjoying it, even though it's not my usual genre. But this seems like it might follow like the same trend. Okay, yes, and this feels a little gothic-y. Not gonna lie. Another auto by author. This book just came out, but The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I am so excited for this, I can't even tell you. And it's another gothic-esque one, so is my preferred genre changing? Time will tell. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, this young lady has dreams, and I think they're prophecies as well, which is really interesting. So she lives in some sort of like convent thing where, I don't know if all of them have dreams that like have prophecies, or if each of the girls has a different power. So I think, do they all die? That is my question. Just as her and her sister diviners near the end of their service, a mysterious knight arrives at the cathedral. Rude, heretical, and devilishly handsome, the knight Roderick has no respect for Sybil's visions. But when Sybil's fellow diviners begin to vanish one by one, she has no choice but to seek his help in finding them. So, yeah, also beautiful. So excited. And then last but not least, I have a new to me author, and this is absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at that potion bottle. Oh, love it. But that is A Forbidden Alchemy by Stacey McEwen. Yeah, a fated pair, a world-changing secret, an impossible choice. What I remember, if you don't know me, I usually go into my books almost completely blind. But if I'm not mistaken, this one follows two friends who like go, I think it's into a kingdom, and they both want to become alchemists or something like that. And apparently most take the test and don't. And so one of them goes back to wherever they came from, and one stays and becomes an alchemist. Okay, wrong. I just opened this book. Not an alchemist, but an artisan. And she has elemental abilities. Elemental powers is one of my all-time favorite magic systems in books, so that's really exciting. And I remember that now. Yeah. I know there's a revolutionary, and I think the two friends are on opposite sides of the revolutionary. I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, that is what it is. I could open the book again and read some more of the synopsis. But like I said, I like to go in not knowing much. So this is the last one, and I am a sucker for alchemy inspired or related things. There's a beautiful map on there. But yes. So that is 8 books that I am super duper excited to get to. And hopefully I can get to them by the end of the year. But that may be saying a lot, along with all the other books I'll be reading. So here we are. Let me know if you like any of these, have already read them, and if you know of any like them that you think I would like, because all of these are going to be relatively similar in kind of genre and themes. So that is exciting. I want to do some more filming and all of that. I want to like come back to my channel in a different capacity, because I want like book, life, small business, like all kind of like jammed together. Yeah, hopefully this gets me started. Tomorrow, maybe I'll film another video, and then I'll have to edit them, and it's a whole thing. I'm also vlogging at the moment, but I've started like 6 or 7 vlogs and have scrapped all of them. So we'll see if this one shows the light of day as well. But yes, please like, comment, and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all next time. Holla! Bye!